You wake up. You haven't opened your eyes yet, and your hand is already reaching for your phone. Not because you chose to, not because something important happened. Your brain was waiting for this moment, and by the end, you'll understand exactly why. Think about the last time you woke up and just lay there. No phone, no scrolling, nothing. If you can't remember, you're not alone. A 2022 survey by reviews.org found that 71% of Americans sleep with or next to their phones, and most reach for it within 5 minutes of waking. That's not a coincidence. That's not weakness. That's biology that got hijacked. And once you understand what's actually happening in your brain in those first moments after you open your eyes, you'll start to see this completely differently. Because this isn't about willpower. It never was. Here's what's actually happening in your brain. About 30 minutes before you wake up, your body starts releasing cortisol, not because you're stressed, but because it's preparing you to face the day. This is called the cortisol awakening response, and it's one of the most well-studied phenomena in sleep science. Think of cortisol like your brain's ignition system. It sharpens your focus, raises your alertness, and it makes you hungry for information. Your brain, freshly lit up with cortisol, is scanning for threats, opportunities, updates. It wants to know, what did I miss? What's coming today? Research by Dr. Clemens Kirschbaum showed that cortisol levels surge by up to 50 to 100% in the 30 to 45 minutes after waking. That is a massive neurological activation window, and your phone has learned to sit right inside it. For most of human history, that cortisol spike meant something real. You woke up and scanned your environment. Is there a predator nearby? Is my tribe safe? Is the food supply okay? Your brain was doing genuine threat assessment, and the information it found actually mattered. But you don't live in that world anymore. You live in a world where a glowing rectangle is sitting 18 inches from your face the moment you open your eyes. And here's where it gets interesting. That morning cortisol spike is so consistent, so predictable, that your behavior around it has become completely automated. You didn't decide to check your phone. Your biology created the urge, and your phone trained your hand. That's point one. Point two is even more surprising. But here's what most people get wrong. They frame this as a willpower problem. You should just have more discipline. You should just resist. But that's not what's happening. On one side, you have a stress hormone that evolved over millions of years to make you seek information. On the other side, you have engineers who spent years specifically designing your phone to be impossible to put down. B.F. Skinner discovered something in the 1950s that rewrote everything we know about behavior. When rewards are unpredictable, animals and humans become obsessed with checking for them. Not sometimes, compulsively. He called this a variable ratio reinforcement schedule. It's the same principle that makes slot machines so hard to walk away from. You don't know when you'll win, so you keep pulling the lever. Your phone works exactly the same way. Every time you pick it up, you might find something amazing. A message from someone you love, great news, something that makes you laugh, or nothing at all. That uncertainty is the point. Think about what might be waiting in that first scroll. A text from someone you care about, a notification that went viral, an email that changes your plans for the day, a headline that scares you. You never know which one it'll be. And that unpredictability is the most powerful behavioral motivator the human brain has ever encountered. Adam Alter, a behavioral psychologist at NYU and author of Irresistible, found that the average person checks their phone 150 times a day. And the first check sets the tone for everything that follows. So when you reach for your phone with a cortisol-flooded brain at 7 a.m., you're not just checking your messages, you're priming your entire nervous system for a reactive day. Researcher Sophie Leroy at the University of Washington coined the term attentional residue. The idea is this: when you start processing one task, part of your attention stays stuck on it, even after you move on. That first morning scroll plants fragments of other people's agendas inside your head before you've had a chance to think your own thoughts. You spend the rest of the morning working through notifications you saw at 7 a.m., and you don't even realize it's happening. But that's not the real problem. The real problem is that this pattern is invisible to you. So what do you actually do? Because telling you to just put your phone in another room is the kind of advice that sounds great and changes nothing. Here are 3 things that actually work. First, use the cortisol window intentionally. Your brain is primed for information right after waking. That's a feature, not a bug. The question is what information you feed it. Instead of handing that window to your phone, fill it with something you chose in advance. A short journal prompt, a few minutes of reading, even just sitting with your thoughts. You're not fighting the cortisol spike, you're redirecting it. Second, replace the variable reward. Don't just remove the phone. The reason cold turkey almost never works is that you're leaving a neurological hole. Your brain still wants its morning dopamine hit. Give it one that doesn't fragment your focus. A cup of coffee, a short walk, a song you love. These give your reward system something to latch onto that doesn't pull you into reactive mode. Third, make the first check a conscious choice, not a reflex. B.J. Fogg at Stanford calls this intention architecture, designing your environment so that the default behavior is the one you actually want. Charge your phone in the bathroom instead of on your nightstand, not because you're banning yourself, just because when you do pick it up, you want it to be a decision, not an automatic movement your hand makes before your brain is even online. Remember what we said at the start? Your hand reaching for your phone before your eyes are even open? That's not a bad habit. That's a survival system trying to do its job in the wrong environment. Your brain is scanning for information the way it always has. The phone just happens to be there, perfectly designed to intercept that scan. Once you see it that way, it changes everything. You're not fighting yourself, you're working with your brain, not against it. If you found this useful, the video on why your brain craves distraction goes even deeper into the dopamine loops that keep you stuck. Subscribe if you want more of this. I'll see you there.